Here we are back again for part 2 of 22nd of February 2024, which we will start from readings from 22nd of February 2019. So it's currently 29 degrees Celsius. My lovely cleaning lady Rati says it's very humid outside. So it's going to be another hot day in Hellscape Brisbane, but on we go, soldiering on through the rest of our summer. Rather intrepidly, I might add. So 22nd of February 2019, 9:23 a.m. The storm must be coming as I just had a bad attack of thunder asthma. All the dust being whipped up by the winds is not helping my chest. I might not get much work done today around the house as I feel weak and exhausted, but I have felt that every day, and much was achieved by working in small spurts of energy, then resting. Usually late at night is when I got most things done. I love having the night to myself. Today is day 12 of house clearing and or cleaning and attending to odd jobs that have irked me for years and need addressing. Silly little things, but there is satisfaction in fixing them or bringing them back to their pristine state. Which reminds me I need to go to Bunnings and buy some rust converter and polish all my copper pots and brass ornaments at my entry and on my bed and at my front door, and bring all the brass and copper up to shiny state again. It's all looking rather dull, and it's a big bloody job, so I've been putting it off, but I've also bought a product for my copper jewellery called Protector Clear that I might actually paint onto my Nago Kanyes and my brass porthole outside, so that I don't have to polish them ever again. It'll keep them shiny and pristine, right? That's also a big job to do that, so I'm thinking about it, but I really should do it, because then it's done once and I can forget about it for quite a long time. So yesterday I kept battling the back bedroom. I took down the filthy curtains at 1 a.m. no less and washed them. Still got a load in the washing machine this morning. I will need to take down the windows today to give them a good scrub. Could do with a bit of a wash down again. I cleaned down the desk and desk lamps and spent the arvo putting away beads and jewellery clutter that had grown exponentially on that desk and was covered in a thick layer of dust. I washed everything. My task today will be to finish cleaning in that room. Just the filing cabinet left to declutter and dust. Hopefully vacuum and wash the floors. Always the hardest thing for me to motivate to do. What's with that? Last evening I polished some wooden pictures in the kitchen. Then I noticed the sweet Portuguese one needed extra care. I glued little teacups and 2 little pewter dogs inside it to add to the story. This morning I found I needed to re-glue some of it and put tape on the back to keep the little photo in place. It's a work of art, and my inner child loved playing with it and getting it back to its former glory. I even got the musical mechanism to work again, although I put so much olive oil on it that it sounded like it was playing underwater. Yesterday I worried about the impending cyclone, so I went out to my rubbish pile awaiting collection on Monday and threw all the loose stuff inside the 2 wardrobes, as I feared if the rain gets cyclonic here that all the loose stuff might become projectiles and damage cars or windows in the street. I was the only one to worry about this. I even grabbed my neighbour Tim Sa's few offerings to put away inside my wardrobes, as there was no point in leaving his loose stuff to potentially fly around. Then I took down all my glass jar lanterns and tucked them in the cupboard at the back of my house so they cannot fly around in the high winds. I put away anything that is likely to become dangerous or break. This morning the wind has lessened and still there is no rain, so as I suspected, the cyclone has passed us by, but it was wise to prepare for it. I had only 6 hours sleep and my feet are still aching and my meridians are jangled from overexertion, the heat, and a feeling of caution about the imminent storm. But all is well. I have done what I can to prepare for the storm. All will be fine. I just hope we get some much desired and needed rain. 22nd of February 2018. Still extremely fatigued, slept on and off all day for the past few days. The car rego gets taken out of my account tonight, so that leaves me with $10 until Tuesday. Bloody stressful. No wonder I just shut down and go fetal. But at least that major bill is taken care of. I have had difficulties with AGL all week as they kept making huge mistakes on my account and were overcharging. Then they sent me nasty emails claiming I was overdue, etc., etc. They have now cancelled my bill smoothing and put me on staying connected. If they get this wrong again, I will take it to the Ombudsman. I can barely cope with the expensive energy costs without the added emotional cost of their constant mistakes. Anyway, after dealing with them for the 3rd time this week, I just went to bed. Now watching the Frankenstein Chronicles, a way to distract myself from my own daily horrors. 22nd of February 2017. Whilst I do not agree that the F word is any more demonic except in context and delivery than those sweet Christian prayers and epithets mouthed by false people who serve no God but their own agendas, there is something intrinsically evil about bullying, whether by a president or his followers. Bullying a handicapped woman and children is even more disgusting. It is rare that people like this pastor find the courage in a group mentality to protect and defend women and children. Bystanders are really creepy how they will salute you at the end of your heroic deeds as though they had a real part in defending the innocent. Most often, they did not. They were just observers of the aggression and the warriors' fight for justice. I find those types callow and sickening. I have experienced many, many attacks on my life in childhood and adulthood. In recent years, while dancing in fetid, dark places full of drunks and debauchery with minimal protection, I was often the one that fended off abusers. There comes a time in everyone's life when you simply have had enough of bullying, harassment, sexual assaults, lying, slander, and other darker aspects of human conduct, and something inside you snaps, and for a while there you become your own hero, light, and/or avenging angel. Only much later, after the adrenaline subsides and the trauma is processed, do you realize how brave and fierce you have become, and always were. Then you crave sweetness, serenity, to be held safely supported by good people who love you and care for you and never let you down. But the rivers of trauma run very deep, and you know they can cascade in mighty turbulent floodwaters in any given moment under extreme conditions. This is the backhanded gift of abuse. It makes us strong, often very sad to have to live amongst such fear and hate and ignorance and violence, but strong nevertheless. And I wrote that in response to an article posted on rawstory.com. Pastor walks out on Trump's demonic Florida rally. My 11-year-old daughter was sobbing in fear. And here we have him again, campaigning to be president again. That's all I have to say about that. Insanity, but never mind. 22nd of February 2016. My blood is boiling. Brisbane City Council is going to charge James for cleaning up the council land behind his house. They say he has created hazards there, presumably his sculptures made from fallen logs. So instead of lauding him for all his hard work, they're treating him as a criminal. Fucking Nazis. They were too lazy or selfish or stingy to do the work, and now he has done it all. They are gunning for him. Queensland, the fucked state. 22nd of February 2015. I've been craving going horse riding again after decades. I must heal my ankle and find a place where I can hire a horse for a few hours. It would be great to ride and breathe fresh air again. About 15 years ago, when I was working at the Queensland Police Service Academy and was desperately unhappy and going through major hell, both at work and with Mum and Buck, I was going almost every weekend down to Byron Bay to heal and gather strength for the weeks ahead. I remember meeting an inquisitive Israeli woman in an art gallery. She asked me what I was looking for. I said, a safe and happy new life. She looked me in my eyes and saw my deep pain. Then wisely she said to me, don't even dream of coming here until you have tied up all the loose ends from your old life, or you will only be dragging all that hell with you to your new heaven. I nodded sagely and continued on with my day. Here I am, still cutting ties to my old life, still leaving it behind me, still praying for a life of love, peace, and contentment. I am almost there, almost there. I will wait until my foot heals and try to get down to Byron next weekend or the next. At almost 50, I cannot be held back from my dreams for a fulfilling, loving life anymore. Wanna make a bet? But anyway, that was my plan, people. Not being held back from my dreams. The past weeks and months, with the significant abuse from Irish Murphys, which was a place I expressed my newfound joy and freedom in dance, and for which crime I was thwarted and betrayed, maligned and slandered. To the point one woman is now answering to the police for her viciousness. I have reached a point of zero tolerance for assholes. I did nothing wrong and I was not a troublemaker, but now I have been rudely and unjustly scapegoated. Now the trouble will begin. I will walk away when I am ready, when I am strong and well enough again. I will walk away with my head held high, as I know I was a victim of petty, ugly, moronic envy. There are very few who have stayed in my life whom have remained true. For that I am grateful, happy and blessed. Oh my goddess, it is scathing hot in here. But I've left the door open, so I'll close it and cold in. Oh, 4:21 p.m. Awake, still sore ankle, blech. 22nd of February 2014. I had a lovely time out last night in spite of the epic back pain. I also met a very interesting man with epic dreadlocks. I've met him before, but last night he came over and talked with me. Lovely guy, very calm and quiet, but seemed to cope with my overt personality. That is a huge positive in his favour. Not many men can handle me or have my requisite standards of basic respect and manners. Life is very intriguing at the moment. Do I dare to dream of more? Laughing my ass off. The grief still seeps through me, how I totally misjudged that man thinking he was a lovely guy. Jesus. Wild night at Irish Murphy's tonight. Whole place is going off. I had to take a mental health break and spend some time with my busker mate George and Brian. Brian was my homeless friend that used to hang around George at the end of the night. Now back, and the place is jumping. My back is killing me, so sitting down, absorbing the music and the vibe, smiley face. And when Dave approached me, sitting down, he said, "Why is this night different from all other nights? Why are you sitting down? You dance all the time. I haven't been able to get near you to speak to you in 4 months." I said, "Well, tonight I'm crippled with pain, and the only thing holding to get me together is painkillers and attitude." That was the beginning of our friendship or brief love affair or connection or whatever the fuck you want to call that. Still so connected, he still stalks me at red lights at Christmas time, right? Merry fucking Christmas, motherfucker. Where you gonna find a woman like this? But there's a real love out there for me, and I know he's around somewhere in my immediate vicinity, in my immediate periphery, and when the time's right, he'll step forward and let me know that he wants to be with me, and then we can begin a real loving partnership. Or so I hope and pray, because I'm done waiting around, lonely, frustrated, struggling, while time wasters and wastrels steal my energy like the psychic vampiric vermin that they are. No. I won't be settling for anything less than real, true, ardent, devoted love next time. A king to my queen, a real man for a real woman. I had a nice quiet day at home, then visited Gail, who has her sister Jane visiting from Tasmania. So we had a lovely good old natter about our childhoods and funny shenanigans. 22nd of February 2013. I just watched The King's Speech, an absolutely spiffing movie, superb. Slept from 6 a.m. till 12 noon. Again, pardon me. Not cool. Learning to live on less sleep though. Pity the 6 hours was broken by the need to pee, the sound of lawnmowers and Bella yapping at Penny. I wasn't tired all night again. I'm going dancing tonight, so hopefully I will sleep better after all that is leaping about, if my knee and legs let me. So I told my psychiatrist yesterday that this peeing, getting up to pee all night problem has been going on for 8 years, but this is 2013, so that's 11 years ago. So I've been struggling with this condition a very long time, which is why I'm exhausted and depleted and drained by it. But on we go, soldiering on every day, hoping for a miracle, literally, to calm that nerve that's causing this constant urge to pee at night. Anyway, I see the urologist, both the public and the private, on the 11th and the 13th respectively. So hopefully something will get done ASAP. I posted a quote from The Hobbit, which is written by J.R.R. Tolkien. May the wind under your wings bear you where the sun sails and the moon walks, the correct farewell when speaking to eagles. And 22nd of February 2011. A day of so many mixed emotions, I feel quite beside myself. The earthquake in Christchurch proved once again that my Aussie family actually cared enough as decent human beings to phone me and ask me how my relatives in New Zealand are and how I'm feeling. Naturally, my glib sister told me via email that she was all right, but failed to mention there'd been shockwaves felt in Wellington. Nothing can penetrate Stuart world. So thank you to my real friends who cared enough to be so worried and distressed as to phone me. You are wonderful, caring souls who care for the safety of strangers in a foreign country, so you are a blessing to all humanity. As for the other experiences of the past 24 hours with lesser beings, or should I say, almost demonic entities pretending at playing human, well, I am simply just devastated. I am glad to have escaped your puerile, contemptuous ugliness at long last. It took me a long time to see the true colour of your soul, 'cause I basically spent 5 years colouring it in for you, but after all is said and done, you are so ugly that you are not even beige, sweetie. Lol. As for me, I will overcome. The sooner, the better. 22nd of February 2009. I'm so excited about seeing Crystal's performance with Sybil on Thursday night. Crystal was performing in The Tempest. I've had an interesting time. Saw Ghost Town last night at the movies. Lovely movie. And thus concludes today's readings of even date, 22nd of February 2024. According to my laptop, it's currently 30 degrees, so it's going to be a hot day today. It's crept up very quickly. And have a beautiful day wherever you are in the space-time continuum. And remember, stay in love with your own soul. Stay in love with the gods of your understanding. Stay in love with your truly loving spouses or partners or lovers or friends and family. Stay in love with life, l'chaim. Have a beautiful day, my darlings. Bye for now from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. God's bless.